Welcome back. Buckmasters was proud to host the first ever challenged Buckmasters hunt at the Sedgefield Plantation. Let's join Jackie Bushman as he meets the event organizer, David Sullivan.
That's fun. That's fun, man.
Folks, we do a lot of things at Buckmasters that we're extremely proud of, from Project Venison to the Young Bucks, celebrating your role toward conservation and management. Well, one project we're extremely proud of is working with handicap hunters. Today we're going to be hunting with David Sullivan of the Alabama Handicap Sportsmen Association. David, glad to have you on today's show.
Glad to have you, Jackie.
Well, I appreciate it. Tell me what you got going as far as the handicap hunters in Alabama and what we've got going with Buckmasters.
Well, right now, today, we've got 6 hunters here at Sedgefield's Plantation. We're having our second annual handicapped hunt here. And we'll be hunting here for 2 days. But our organization is about 3.5 years old now. And we've got 175 handicapped members from around the state. These are permanently handicapped individuals who we all just get together and hunt and fish and have family outings and that type of thing. And we just saw a need for this and thought it would be a good social organization as well as a support group. And we've really been real successful in helping a lot of people.
Well, that's great. David, how'd you get your association started?
Well, the U.S. Corps of Engineers had a handicapped hunt over in Greene County, and I attended the hunt. I'm an amputee myself, and met a lot of other individuals who just didn't have opportunities to hunt and get out. And so I just took the initiative and put this organization together, and it's just grown rapidly since then. It's been a lot of interest.
Well, that's great. And also you become the first Handicapped Buckmasters chapter.
Right, the first Handicapped Buckmasters chapter is, we call it the Challenged Buckmasters. And we've got 75 members in our chapter. I think we're one of the biggest.
Well, that's great
already, and we're real proud to be involved in Buckmasters and proud that you're one of our sponsors also.
Well,
and right now we're putting together for our first project as a chapter. We're putting together a guide for any other clubs or Buckmaster chapters that want to have a hunt for the handicap. We're going to tell them how to do it and make that available, to anybody that needs it. So.
Well, that's super. I know we've got some hunters here today, and we want to go meet them.
Right.
Correct?
Let's go meet some hunters and see what they have to say.
That's great. Come on.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
How about it, gentlemen?
Jackie,
all right.
This is some of our disabled hunters we have here at Sedgefields today. This is Greg Gibbons, Steve Hodges, Mickey Roy, and James Meacham.
Nice to meet y'all. Glad to be with y'all, and I've heard a lot about y'all's deer hunting experience, so y'all probably going to show up the old Buckmaster this weekend. James, tell us a little bit about your handicap and how you can help some of the folks at home understand what you're doing and how the association has helped you.
Well, Jackie, 13 years ago, I lost my eyesight in a hunting accident and got mistaken for a deer. And until last year, I was unable to go back out hunting again. Part of it was mental, and part of it was the physical end of it. But I met David through the media, and he helped me get set up with sighting mechanisms, and told me I needed a spotter, and really kind of walked me through everything I need, and provided a lot of the stuff. And with the things he provided, we were just real successful with my spotter Keith Boswell and I.
James, how many deer have you taken over the years?
Let's see, we took 1 deer last year with a bow, 1 this year, and then 2 with a rifle last year, and harvested a antelope this fall.
How about that? Well, great to be with you. Mickey, tell me a little bit about your handicap.
All right, Jackie, I had polio in 1951. I went back to my regular school, and when I got into high school, some of my friends started hunting, and I started hunting with them, and I've been hunting ever since. I've been hunting about 30 years.
Have you really?
But I've never really ran into any other people with disabilities until I became involved with Alabama Handicap Sportsmen. But it's really helped me to find a lot of accessible places to hunt that I probably wouldn't have had access to had it not been for my association with David's group.
Well, that's great. Steve, tell me a little bit about your handicap.
All right, I was injured 6 years ago in an automobile accident, and immediately tried to start hunting again, but found a lot of limitations that I wasn't really expecting. And I found the more I got out and tried hunting in different places and different ways, the easier it got, and the more I became adapted to being in a wheelchair and different methods of hunting that way. And the organization has really helped me after I met David and got into it, as far as having the places to hunt and people working with you to work out your individual problems, and making the hunt more accessible.
That's super. Greg, tell me how you got involved in the hunting end of.
Well, Jackie, I was hunting. I was hurt 12 years ago in a Jeep that flipped over. And I was an avid hunter, hunted a bunch. And when I was first injured, there were so many barriers. The wheelchair wouldn't go in the woods. You had to be dependent upon someone else. And I really got, disappointed with hunting. So I did hunt for a few years, but then I met a fellow like Dave who, would help out with the hunt a little bit, and you had to accept that you weren't completely independent anymore, but with a little bit of help, you could hunt anywhere, and beautiful places like this make some really nice hunts.
That's great. Well, Greg, I want you to answer. We have somebody out there that might be handicapped right now. What would you tell them?
Oh, your own limitations are in your mind. You've got people who will gladly assist you in the little things that you can't do yourself, and there's no reason whatsoever you can't get back out and really enjoy the woods.
That's super. Well, it's obvious here, guys. David, you've done a great job. I know you've got a lot of other hunters, and we're proud to have you guys as the first Buckmasters Handicap chapter. And now, guys, I'm ready to get out in the woods. How about y'all?
Let's go.
All right, guys, let's do it.
That afternoon, hunter Steve Hodges and guide Jimmy Hinton made their way to a ground blind. Several minutes after setting up, a group of does and yearlings made their way out into a field not far from the hunters. Then a buck came into the field to the hunter's right, accompanied by 3 does. Using the ground blind as a rest and waiting for the does to clear away from the buck, Steve made one good shot. A great Alabama 8-pointer. Congratulations to Steve Hodges for taking this fine buck.
David, I'd have to say our first handicap hunt here at Sedgefield, Buckmasters in your group, was a lot of fun.
Really been a great one, sure has.
You guys got some great deer, especially that one Steve got. I know he was tickled to
Yeah,
death.
it's a nice buck. I believe it's going to go on Steve's wall, too.
No doubt about that. Well, folks, if there's some handicapped guys out there that hadn't gotten back into hunting, I want you to give a call to the number on the screen, and we'll show you how we can get a chapter started in your area. David's done a great job with this, and there's no reason why we can't get one started in your hometown. Saw a lot of courage here this week, and I just appreciate all the work you've done, and you've done a lot of hard work. I know how it is when I started Buckmasters,
Right.
and you getting your group together, it touches me personally.
Well, we thank you for your help, and I've got a special award of recognition here I'd like to present to Buckmasters, and this is just for your support and your help, and it's particularly on this hunt here, and we just really thank you for it.
Well, I'll tell you what, you can count on this as an annual hunt. How about that?
That's great.
Well, had fun. Appreciate your invitation.
All right, thank you, Jake.